Thank you for tuning in to the show. Of course, ad-free versions of this episode and all our episodes are available on our Patreon for just $1 a month. That kind of thing means the world, and it helps us keep the lights on. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Do all that good algorithm stuff. And without further ado, let's get on with today's episode. Let's do that thing where we go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'm Jason. I'm the Dungeon Master. Going around the table, starting with Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. My pronouns are anyone, any of them. They're all good. And I play Bittersweet, the Thetan Endurant.
And Michael.
Hey, I'm Michael, and I play Fenris, the human charlatan warlock. Yeah. I feel like I lost something.
There was more coming.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I feel like I need to add something, but I always add the charlatan, and I'm just like,
you know
what? You guys know we're playing. That's what's new.
We just keep getting older, and things happen. And Kelsey.
Yeah. I'm Kelsey. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Calypso Lovelace, the half-elf bard.
And James Ewell.
Hi, I'm James Ewell.
I just...
and I play Dagon, the Eladrin Endurant. I almost said the S word.
Nice save. That's good.
The P word.
The Eladrin penis.
Hey, he's only 16. Can't say that.
And last and certainly not least, Valerie.
Hi, I'm Valerie, and I play Matilda Wolfram, the human rogue. I have to remember every single time.
Here's the thing. We got to shake the ring rust off.
It's literally been 2 months. It's okay.
It is. We've had some tech difficulties and some life difficulties. Things happen.
Yeah, James, why'd you get COVID?
Couldn't talk.
I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have any footage of that. But James shows up to the session. It's like, all right, guys, let's do this. Like just this gravel voice. Yeah.
He's like,
I could do.
no, I got this. I'm like, whoa.
I had a day. I could do a really good Kratos. You know.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
But that's the opposite of the character you're playing. So
Yeah.
like it could be like
It's opposite of real life too.
I don't know, man. You're pretty intimidating.
Oh, God.
You remember
got
that
the
time you
beard.
beat up Zeus? Like it was a pretty big deal. Like, there's a guy named Zeus.
Hey,
but
one
like, you know,
time.
still impressive.
Yeah. It was a small dog.
I hesitate to say this again, but guys, you're here. You're in the house. Here we go. It's going to be great. Okay. So we split up. We have split the party. Always the best decision. And we've got Bittersweet grabbing bread. Most everybody else is kind of in the foyer area. Like you guys are kind of in this this almost like big atrium section type of thing. Once you're finding old mage post-it notes. You're sorting through stuff. The place is clean and cleaning itself behind you as you go. These candles are lit with actual fire. It's not magic. What's kind of drawing your attention the most? And I'm speaking to everybody but Bittersweet and Dumpy, of course.
The absence of Bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, we all know that Bittersweet took off towards food. Like, it was kind of like a half-hearted attempt to be like, maybe we should stick together. Oh no, you're already gone. Okay, yeah.
And the house doesn't seem to mean you any harm. There's a lovely backing track. That the house is cleaning up after you. Like, it doesn't seem like it's trying to spook you off or be foreboding or anything like that. So I don't think it would be a DEFCON situation that Bittersweet took off. So
yeah.
You guys know there's an office. You know that there are rooms downstairs. You know that there's a huge second floor. There's a massive Gone with the Wind staircase leading up to it. So, what do we want to split the party further to cover more ground? Is there? I'm just tossing out suggestions.
Calypso's kind of like looking at the scroll in her hand. I suppose we could start by looking for the office, since that's where Abernathy said in this, at least, that he'd be. There's presumably something there of interest. Should we maybe go collect Bittersweet?
Yeah, we can get a snack, hit the office. I don't know.
Dagon has his notebook out, and he's sort of just taking track of everything noteworthy that he's seen, because it's like the main mission is like recon, basically, because the Eladrin want to know what's going on everywhere. And so he's writing down, candles lit, floor is cleaning itself, strange audio log, that kind of thing. He'd probably be interested in knowing how this is happening. Like, simple answer, magic, whatever, but who's behind the curtain, sort of thing. So if it is this Abernathy, then yes, he wants to head to the office.
This is, I would imagine most times Dagon is only kind of surface level interested in anything, right? Because unless it, I don't want to put words in his mouth, unless it benefits him or his people, it's kind of like, yeah. Like I'm here, I'm present, but I'm not really listening. This is quite a lot of power, and that I would imagine is like, all right, I'm listening. Like you kind of, it's piqued your interest maybe a little bit, just kind of, hey, if it's a crystal or a fragment of something, or just like, I'm going to take it, I'm going to bring it back, like that type of thing.
I mean, Brightport certainly did not impress him at all. So to see this,
it very rarely impresses many people.
I mean, the filth was impressive, I imagine.
It's an impressive amount of filth, yes.
So I'm hearing office.
Yeah, well, do we want to go collect Bittersweet at the kitchens first? Or is that
Dagon's indifferent.
I think you can hear him. You can hear him like putting stuff, moving around, and
I feel like
chopping.
he'd be happier in the kitchen than in the office.
Calypso is gonna like. I don't know if this is how Bittersweet's mind stuff works, but can they like send Bittersweet just like a mental note of like, this is the direction we're going. We're looking for the office or something. Just so.
I don't know. Is that how it works, Jason? I don't think that's how. I don't think.
Got to be eye
it's
contact.
more like someone calling you. It's more like someone calling you collect. Like it's like, hey, you got to accept the charges. I'm calling you. That's great, but like then there's a bit of a connection. But like you can't. Like thoughts aren't ethereal, right? There has to be some sort of But yeah,
I have. Yeah, I mean.
My Thaden senses tingle.
Well,
what are you doing in the kitchen?
We can just like call out, I guess, just like, kind of like.
Why don't you come in and find out?
No, it's just like we're going to find the office. I don't. Does anyone have any idea of which direction to try, or just?
Was the up the stairs? I think was the path to the office.
So we know there's an office. Do we know exactly where the office is?
You have no clue where it is. It just said, "I'll be in the office," and then it's like, shit. Okay. Like it's so big. So
I think we're gonna try looking in the upstairs rooms.
If I were a all-powerful mage that can literally leave magical voice messages anywhere, where in this house would I feel like I could see everything but be in control? That's where I think the office would be.
I'm thinking main floor. I'm thinking main floor.
A team also might have multiple offices. I mean, maybe there's the secret magic research office and also the like public paperwork office, or that.
I wonder if there's a secret
and the
door
post office for sure is. I don't know.
Boo!
Thank you. I've been cracking jokes with my son a lot lately, and he's been booing me too. So it's all good.
So upstairs.
I think
Good
so.
as
Only
start
because
as any,
Okay.
this guy kind of feels like he's above other people, maybe then he should be up higher in his office. I don't know.
Man, you're putting like 8 levels of 4D chess on this. That it's just, it's like, look, this is the square footage I'm dealing with, you weirdo. Like he's just not, yeah. But let's go upstairs, and there are several doors to the left and to the right.
just pick a side and just start going room by room. I think.
Up right side of stairs and first door. Try.
Perfect. Yes. We'll leave torches like Minecraft, see where you've been.
Or you can just do it like a hedge maze. You just always follow the right wall.
And eventually,
Yeah.
I have not been in many hedge mazes, but I will remember that next time the opportunity presents. I've always wanted to go through a hedge maze. The first door you're going to open over here is it just looks like a standard like guest bedroom type of thing, but there's nothing on the bed whatsoever. Like no sheets, no blankets, no nothing like that. So it doesn't look like it's been used in quite some time, or maybe ever. Like, yeah, just definitely. Like, if you check the next couple of rooms on the right-hand side, same thing. You're going to hit a bathroom after a while. And then there's one more door on the right-hand side, all the way at the end of the...
Someone take a shit in it and see if magic happens.
What if that angers the house?
We have been traveling through the woods for a few days, so I imagine there might be a little bathroom break. We don't need to go over that on the show.
I always assume that's like rations and stuff. It's like, yeah. You refill you take a dump, you get your canteen filled. Not in that order.
We've been taking a shit in the woods for like a few days. Everyone's probably like, oh, thank God, an actual toilet.
I gotta have that be a 1. Like a 1 on the travel die is like, oh no,
forgot to shit.
we don't talk about why everyone has a spade in their travel pack. Okay, let's just not.
So there is one last door all the way at the end of the hallway on the right hand side, and that appears to be locked.
Cool. Also, we should probably be taking a record of this somehow. And Calypso looks at Dagon, who is presumably has his notes out, and just, are you making a sort of map of this, or?
Yes. As he quickly starts scrolling down the hallway. Mostly it's been notes, just things that piqued his interest, but. That's a good idea. So yeah, he will start doing that.
Calypso gives him a nice bright smile. Just, thank you very much. It's a nice, polite, helpful boy.
I hate to
reward him for good behavior.
It should be noted that the rest of these doors are just, fancy looking oak doors, probably got some decorative trim, that type of thing. But other than that, they're just, they're just plain doors. The last one in the hallway has that wolf emblem that you saw on the knocker. And it is carved into the wood. So this, this seems to be like a special room, especially since it's locked.
I mean, yes, if it looks like it would work, Calypso would if it's the same size, they would at least put it in the lock and see if it'll turn.
Yeah, it's a somewhat bulky looking lock. Like, it doesn't look like the same type of handle that the bedroom doors have. And that key will slide right in, and you'll hear the tumbler click, if you give it a turn, and the door will just kind of ever so slightly open up.
Oh.
Should we hold off on this until we look in other places? I don't know, this kind of seems like the special door.
I mean, if we were looking for the office, we could... Calypso, we don't have to go in and thoroughly search it just yet, but we can at least just open the door and see what it is.
Okay, that's fair.
This is where she's a pro gamer, because she's I gotta finish all the side quests first.
It's this is main story shit right here.
You at least you can at least look and see what's inside before you take a step in to start the cutscene. Are we in boss fight territory or just for
So
yeah, I don't know. What if we hit a cutscene? A cutscene starts.
That's what I was gonna say. As soon as you open this door, everything fades to black and a video starts playing, and it is
Why is it auto-saving?
Leon from Resident Evil comes out.
So, opening this door, there's a big fancy room in here, and it looks almost like a trophy room or something like that. There's glass cases. It is very dimly lit, like kind of ambient. There's little lighting, not candlelight, but almost like a magic spotlight over these cases. And there are various, like, almost picture the Batcave. Like, there are various costumes kind of lit up, not like domino mask, tights stuff, but like fancy capes and it looks like a few Eyes Wide Shut parties were hosted or something, and these are different. It's like, oh, this was Halloween 2042, and this was, so each one of these have like a little glass case, and then there are tons of special edition books, it looks like, kind of surrounding the rest of the room, like big fancy bookcases, like 10 feet high, right? One of those fancy Beauty and the Beast ladders you gotta scoot up and down with. And there appears to be lots of drawers and nooks and crannies and stuff like that, and shiny little keepsakes. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, there are little framed photos and things like that. This definitely looks to be some sort of maybe for lack of a better term, like a memory room. Like, this is where I keep my stuff. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's definitely something we'll have to go through at some point. Calypso is just kind of like, they've there's definitely like a clear part of them that just wants to go through and start rummaging through all those fancy clothes and stuff. But
Fenris is looking as well.
Yeah,
do any of them look like
everyone
fancy?
Is kind of like, ooh.
I know I'm not a magic person, but does maybe
I think you're a magic person, Val.
Thank you so much, Jason. I just turned 26. Can I do like an Arcana check or something?
That didn't go so well for Fenris when he did that last time.
Yeah.
I know, but now we're in a special clothing room.
I don't think this is going to lack the, everything is made of magic kind of thing.
I think, so, okay, I think you're a book person.
Yes.
I would love.
Wait, there's books in here.
Yeah. There are. There's a bunch.
Lots. Like floor to
I'm
ceiling.
so excited.
Yeah. just lots of books.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, I love you, Valerie.
I was paying too much attention to the cape.
I just want to replace my suit. I want to looking at him like, is he as tall as me?
There are many capes, by the way. Every outfit's got a cape. Like, why are you even going out if you don't have a cape? They're just different lengths. Some are like a shoulder cape. Some are like the full length Dracula cape. Some are like that the old Victorian Sherlock Holmes, like billowy sleeves separated. Oh yeah, like this.
Are there any purple ones?
You're gonna have a hard time finding one that isn't purple. It's no. The guy has. Yeah. There's a couple that, like, as you're moving around the room, like it's sort of chromatic. It changes colors as you look at it from a different. It's real peacocky, like real, like, yeah.
I look at Calypso. I want it.
There's definitely a lot in here that looks very interesting, but as Matilda said, we should be more methodical and go through every room, and they will close the door in front of Calypso. I mean, Matilda presumably is like books. Just like,
Oh no.
And right behind Calypso, Bittersweet shows up with Dumpy in a loaf of bread, and he's holding out like a charcuterie board of meats and cheeses and breads for everyone.
I think Dumpy's had his fill, if we're doing a dump date. Dumpy's probably had his fill and would it's like, here's a piece of ham. Like he'd hold it up to like offer. It's like, oh man, you got to try the ham. It's good. Like this is a spiral cut. You could tell.
But as I walked towards out, I whispered, "I'll be back," to close, and
just gently stroke the door.
No,
don't go anywhere.
Well, thank you so much, Bittersweet and Dumpy. This is very nice. So the kitchen was also stocked with very fresh-looking food.
There's like sausage links just like coming out of his sack on his head,
like a magician's handkerchief, just like
it just keeps coming.
I'm not gonna think about the technicalities behind where magically produced meat comes from or how that works.
None of the condiments are expired.
He just shrugs.
Even the mayo's still good. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
Tanny would absolutely grab a piece of ham, by the way. It's like, oh, well, thank you. Like that type of thing.
Of course. Yes, of course. Yes.
You need to keep your strength up.
There's like an infinity sign.
Make sure that
like
she
sell by
gets
date.
her fill.
So where to, guys? Like you've earmarked. You've definitely, that's in your mini map. Boop. Fancy capes and books. Like you got it.
Would we say that was like just a fancy clothes area, not the office? Like since we're saying we're looking for the office, we're like, fancy doesn't look like an office, right?
There didn't appear to be a desk. The only other thing of note in there was a door, but that seemed to be cordoned off. Like it seemed like there's something in front of the door. And I guess the one other thing about that room is the door was in the middle of the room.
That is weird.
Like
Wait,
it looks like a doorway to nowhere.
Well,
like,
I wish we had noticed
there's
this
a door
before
frame.
we left.
Well, you guys shut the door real quick. I didn't know we were edging for fucking story stuff. Like I thought we were, so.
Well, capes, books, and hey, crazy door right in the middle of the room.
Well, when you say it like that, I just really like the fancy clothes.
To be fair, Matilda didn't at first realize there was books, so.
Yeah, Matilda didn't realize.
Matilda is like,
what a ditz.
The door must have rolled stealth. It's all good.
It's like, oh, that must not be installed. So like it's, but like it's just a door frame. Like it's just a door frame and a door. Like nothing seems to be
it's
like
a door. It's just you can walk around it and it's still a door. So, but if we open it, maybe it leads to another dimension. We don't know. We'll never know. I'm going back in.
Okay, so we're definitely coming back to this room. Yes.
Just like you can fast travel now. You've unlocked it. Like you have it. So you want to check the left side of the of the stairway?
Mm-hmm.
So there's only two doors to the right?
Such a great idea. We have to follow.
There were three. And those were bedrooms. And then the last one was, And
sorry, I missed the second one
side,
with the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to draw a map here.
The left side is going to be fairly similar. Like there's going to be bedrooms, but these are all made up, and they appear they have little personalities. Like like people may have been living in them at one point, or something like that. Like it appears as though these may have been students at one point. Like this was a music academy at some point. So who knows? And then there is one last room on the left-hand side, and that looks to be the master bedroom.
I've got a question.
Hit me.
Does it look like the rooms that were people living in them? Does it look like people were living in them recently, or does it look like people were living in them and then like got raptured away? at some point.
It definitely looks like the beds are made. Everything's like, so like there's evidence that people were there. There's clothing in the wardrobe and stuff like that, but no people. Like it doesn't look like anything's touched it recently, but everything's so clean that it's really kind of tough to tell.
Gotcha.
I have a theory, you guys. The mansion itself murders people, and then it cleans up all of the evidence.
It's the perfect crime.
I solved
Perfect
it.
murder house. Boom. Let's go.
Or everyone's hiding behind that
For
door.
sale.
For sale.
It's a surprise party. So yeah, that last door looks like the master bedroom door, like a big double doors. Like it's
Oh, I mean,
Unlocked,
definitely want to check
by the
that
way.
out. Yes. I want to go see the big comfy bed that is presumably awaiting me.
It's your room.
And
Yeah.
technically,
It's
yeah.
now. It's
So walking in here, there's a big fancy 4-post bed with like one of those like it's got a little cover on there, kind of not a mosquito net type of thing, but like it's big and fancy, it's wonderful. There's also some sort of pet bed on the left-hand side of the bed. This is like a king size bed, and then there's like a little pet bed next to it labeled Sparkles. And the right side of the bed is clearly where Abernathy slept, and like he's got his little like end table right there, like his little nightstand type of thing. And give me a perception check. Everybody who's trained in perception, give me a little perception.
I don't think I'm trained in perception. Nope.
No way. You think I would be, but
Ooh, oh wow, we're rolling for cute. Calypso 18, Matilda 20. Okay, so the two perceptive ones. There is a medallion, like a little gold looking medallion hanging from the nightstand drawer handle. Like it looks like it, like every night it's put there. And on the opposite side of the room, there's a little desk, and it looks like there was like a journal, like open and like just a day-to-day scribbling type of thing.
Gotta look through that journal.
So I'll take the dresser.
How like many entries? Like how long of a journal is this?
This looks to be maybe 3-4 years worth. Like, and the entries aren't super long. Like sometimes there's 2 or 3 per page, but it would take a little while to sort through. But there's probably a lot of day-to-day information in this thing.
Yeah.
If you want, you can just kind of like thumb through 3 or 4 pages, see if you can get something.
Yeah, and then skip to the end to see.
Yeah, see how it ends. There's a lot. Like, I think if you're sitting there, like, it's like, okay, all right, just kind of thumbing through. There seems to be a lot of regret. Like, this is a guy who is beating himself up a lot. Like, no matter what he does, like there's a tone in this that definitely reads, I'm trying to make up for something, like that type of thing. Like it very much reads like that. And it seems to hint at a project that he was really excited about that might like balance the scales in his mind, at least.
oh no, it's going to be big.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
lot
that
of
kind of lines up with what we heard about with like the mages and stuff. So that's a little bit more
What do
flavor
we hear
there.
about the mages? What do we hear about the mages?
Before we had left the city, Matilda had like gotten some like info on like the history of the place, and it was like a private. I could scroll and find the details if we need them, but there was like a private family that's in Brightport that had like magic users and stuff, and they were like sent up there to like work on something.
Oh,
there was like
right,
a very
right.
ominous word, like containment or something like that. It's like, oh no,
Right. Fingers in ears.
Got it. Thank you.
Maybe.
What are the like last few entries? Like, does it talk about? I mean, it's like he's presumably is dead. Like, anything about that or?
I dropped my pencil.
He is that now?
That's it. He ate it. There seems to be a finality to the notes, like the way he's writing. It's like, I only have a little bit of time left. I have to finish things up. I have to get ready, and it doesn't mention like a specific, like an illness or like but it almost takes on a paranoid quality toward the end. And then the last entry is it's sort of a long one, so like it's kind of saying goodbye, but it mentions passing everything down to my closest heir so that they can finish the story. That is the way it is specifically worded.
Hold on, I'm writing that specific phrasing down. That feels important. Is there any mention like about like Calypso or like their family or anything like that? Like, because that is one thing they're also kind of looking for, is any clue as to like how like they're related to this guy or any of this.
So it doesn't mention you specifically by name. However, there are several indicators specifically in this last entry. It's like 2 or 3 pages long. That one, they're looking for the heir that lives in Brightport. And 2, this person would understand what needs to be done based on their life. Like there's like, again, finality. It's like, you got to finish the story. There's a line. It's almost italicized. That specifically mentions just after the bit of like, they'll know what to do to bring balance. Like in their head, again, this whole balancing of scales thing, it's a motif that just keeps coming back.
Well, that's wonderfully ominous and vague.
Do you tell everybody about this? Like, are you reading it out loud, or are you just like thumbing through? It's like, like.
I mean, they're probably just like at the moment, like just focused on like getting what information they can out of it, and especially like at that last page, you're just kind of like a bit like. Like, I don't think they'd be like against like talking about it. They're just kind of processing at the moment, because it's like, oh goody, like it's not only like ominous, like warnings or instructions of some sort, but it's also just like, oh yeah, you'll know what to do. You'll know how to do this. Just no instructions or anything specific like that. It's great. Thanks.
You're the chosen
so
one. You're here to bring balance to the Force. We need to check Calypso's midichlorian count right now.
It is. Yeah, we gotta.
Come on, M count. Let's not use that.
There aren't any like younglings around or anything, right?
Can I tell you one of my favorite things is
Valerie's 26.
That's true.
Nice. Oh, that's perfect.
I picture the way Valerie sees herself. It's old Yoda just falling asleep and dying on a couch somewhere. It's like, like old 900 years, like just
Yeah.
Fade away.
Oh,
we all
God.
want to
Anyway.
go.
Yeah.
So Calypso has not shared this information?
Yeah, but Matilda said that she was going to check out the like side table.
The
while
side
Calypso
table,
was
yeah.
reading. So, like,
All right, I'm just going to check out the dog bed or the pet bed.
Sure. Yeah. No.
I got nothing to do.
It does look like it belonged to a dog, like a medium-sized dog. Like it's nice, and this thing was pampered. Like Sparkles had a good life. Like there's evidence. Like if you look around, like there's lots of little like indicators that this dog was alive for a long time, like decades.
Oh, like unnaturally long?
I would use that term, unnaturally. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you have enough magic to do all this shit with the house, like I would also use it to extend my bedside span.
Come here, Sparkles. Like you're getting a promotion. Like so this medallion, it is that same wolf head thing, but it looks as though this has been carved. There's like a big X through it with like a knife. Like this is damaged. Like like, and on the back of it is a little gear. Like it looks like it fits into something. You got yourself a Resident Evil puzzle. Like it looks like it.
Fits into the medallion.
Oh, boy.
Good. Who knows?
Well, no, is that what you said? There was something on the back of the medallion?
Oh, yes, it's right on the back of the back. I thought you meant it fits into, it's like, to build like a super medallion. Yeah.
No.
Like it's
the medallion
the
has a
ultimate
reason.
I'm gonna call my shot now is gonna have to do with that empty door frame. There are gonna be little spots we gotta put all these medallion things in.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I wanted to try something.
Uh-oh.
We had the hint where I know, right? That the dog was living for a long time.
sure.
Is there like I checked for like the magic earlier and like, oh my god, it's not my magic,
You're looking for dog magic.
I'm looking to see if the magic that's around is like getting what's the word? Not ingested, but it's like entering all of us. Like, is magic hitting us and like affecting us now?
Oh, you know what? Give me an Arcana check.
Casting test for asbestos.
Yeah.
Oh, like maybe everything's an illusion. Hey?
You guys are just in a field poking berries up your nose.
We're in the mansion, but it's actually old and decrepit and dirty and cobwebs, but it just looks
like a dystopian setup.
So it looked. Yeah. Okay.
What were we eating?
right. Oh, it was the worst, moldiest food ever.
Oh dang!
Full of bugs.
So 8. That's not great. Picture this, like Fenris is kind of closing his eyes, right? And you're kind of you're putting the vibe out there. It's like, hey, how's it going, house? Like, you just, and obviously there is a multitude of magic shit going on, but you're trying to filter it out, right? You're like, okay, I'm not looking for the Roomba magic, and I'm not looking for like the bread magic. I'm not looking, it's like, okay, I'm looking for more something that affects living organisms. And like, once you hone in on that, you're not going to get, again, it's an 8. You're not going to get a specific, like a real chunky bit of knowledge, but you are going to see that, like, in your mind's eye, no one in the group is lighting up here. Except for Dumpy. So Dumpy's lit up like a beacon.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Well, so I'll like...
What's Dumpy wearing?
He does have like a bracelet or something,
right?
Yeah.
He's got like a class ring type thing going on.
Unless it's just Dumpy, but maybe it's the emerald or whatever is on him.
Or maybe it's just like tuned to like animals or something.
Here's the thing: like, picture, like, you could see a heat signature. Like Fenris is the predator, right?
Wish I had the sound effect right now.
So Dumpy's body is lit up, but the only part that isn't is like the band around his fat little waist, where the jewelry isn't. It's Dumpy that's lit up.
So I'm like, hey, so we got a weird out to see if what was going on, like maybe it was affecting us or living things, if this dog's been around forever. But I think we're okay, but just so you guys know, Dumpy is like bright as the sun.
Oh
no. I hold him up in my 2 hands and just like bring him real close to my face to see if he's okay, if he's doing okay.
Does he look different, like rejuvenated or anything like that?
Yeah, does he have less wrinkles? His skin looks really moist.
Presumably, yes, because he's eaten so much that is like smoothed out a bit.
Dumpy will, like, when you bring him up to your face, he'll lean over and like put one like paw like where the bridge of your nose would be, and just like, hey, like it just kind of like, it's like, it's cool. Like, just
he's doing
like,
okay. I'm good, bro.
Yeah, just like it's that contact thing of like, it's like, nah, man, we're good. Like, he seems fine. Like, breathing fine. He obviously has an appetite, and looks gorgeous. So yeah, seems fine.
I look over at Fenris. Give him a shrug, like he's okay.
It's like, hold him up. It's like,
oh, I mean, I'm holding up Dumpy.
Well, I mean, if it's not.
Yeah, no, I agree with Calypso. Like, maybe the same stuff that's cleaning up the house is making sure that if you have friends, and if he was maybe lonely, you just want to make sure that you got a companion with you to spend the time with. So maybe maybe this is the best thing for Dumpy while he's in here.
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, though, and I don't really know what else we can do at the moment.
But why tune this only to animals? Why wouldn't it be tuned to people like us?
Maybe it's harder.
If we're going by Skyrim logic, human souls are the biggest souls. They're the hardest to,
for soul trap.
You need a big ass crystal.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Yeah. Animal souls, no
flawless stuff,
problem. We got
Okay.
Yeah. You use a crack gem for that. That's
of
fine.
course, we're using Skyrim logic. Okay, carry on.
You find those behind any waterfall. It's fine.
Oh, it's cracked. Ah, come on.
Just toss it in the bag with the others. Hey, Ian, I got something fun. Could you give me a D6?
Yes, absolutely, I can.
Thank
Hot
you.
off the presses.
That's
One.
great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ominous.
So, what else do you guys want to check out here?
Want to look under
Did
the
we
bed?
get a chance to do that side table?
That was the medallion thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think.
there's like an old pair of glasses in there and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
old dude stuff. There's a salve of some sort, I'm sure. Well, it's
I mean,
it's the
It's
medallion.
probably
that
pretty
looks like
nice,
them.
like lotion or something.
It probably is. It's that shit with diamonds ground up in it.
Yeah.
Some Pepto-Bismol chews.
Yeah, sometimes in the middle of the night he gets heartburn because he lays flat on his back, and he can't eat cheese after 10 p.m.
I can relate. Yeah.
I know. I'm self-insert. That's
I guess, guys. I'm 26.
Yeah.
Sliding
Hey,
downhill.
Things will
In
not
the
get
comments.
better. Sorry.
Yeah. In the comments, if you want to curse at Valerie, do it. It's fine. Just give us your age and what you're feeling every time she says I'm
I don't
26.
know if we should have everyone give their ages.
Why not?
Put your favorite old person joke into the comments.
You can't.
Yeah.
Don't talk about
And
age on Twitch.
I will take it on
because
as one
if
of my
you're,
own
under
jokes.
a certain age, you get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. If you're 16 or 17, then
You're
you win.
18.
You've won. You beat Valerie. And that's the only way is to make her jealous. That's it.
Calypso is gonna walk over, look at the medallion, and then just I sort of skimmed through the journal. There's not anything that super stands out. It mentions of some kind of project which kind of connects to what we talked about before we left Brightport. At the end, he said something about finding his closest heir who would understand what needs to be done to bring balance, and that's unfortunately as clear as an instruction as there is. So,
Are you the heir?
presumably, since no mention of me specifically or my family or how it was determined that I'm the heir.
Well, what?
Apparently, I'm supposed to do something here to bring balance, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. So, if you see anything relating to that, I guess
What can you do? What makes you special?
That is exactly the question he would ask, where it's it's so
hell are
blunt. It's
you?
what do you do?
Calypso it closes their eyes for a few seconds, just well, maybe there's something locked away somewhere that I can play the violin at, or your guess is as good as mine.
Well, that's something.
Yes, thank you, Dagon. It is indeed something. Oh, by the way, how's Tanny doing? Because she's also been with us, and I just remembered.
So, I was just about to say, she might kind of nudge Dagon. It's hey, we're in her fancy house. Just
I'm just trying to help.
that type of thing.
Dagon's used to being in fancy houses. It's fine.
That's if someone asked that of me, it's what do you do? And I'm just instant, it's I don't know.
It's funny though, because in
A
this
lot of
specific
people would be
instance,
happy to answer that question, though.
That's the question like Calypso is also asking. It's like, what about me specifically is like leading to
Right,
this?
but
just the way that he phrased it is so good.
In the context of the question, it's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Kind of thing. It's like, I don't know.
What's your worth?
How are you going to fix inequality? Like, just it's like,
It's like when you're thinking about someone and someone calls you out in that same like word. You're like, don't ask this question. Don't ask this question. Oh, yeah, shit.
Okay, but listen. Wasn't this a school for music? And you play music.
Yes, that's the main connection. But,
Well,
I mean, there are a lot of people in Brightport that play music.
I don't know. Well, maybe play your music then.
Hey,
Play your little fiddle.
wow me.
Maybe we should find an auditorium or something. Or like
yeah,
a room.
if we find a place that seems positioned for that, I mean,
Okay, just try. Just take it out. Just play a little bit. Let's see. Maybe the lights will get brighter. We don't know.
Calypso just like sighs and just like Dagon is like clearly this like they feel just like if it offers like the dog bed and everything, it's like this feels like a personal kind of space. But finally they like go to like the side table and like get out their violin and just sort of like just probably like play through like a couple of like chords or something. Like they're just like not anything like specific, but
See if anything explodes or
yeah, like they just like start, you know, like, just to see if anything responds.
So nothing specific, right? Just a couple of like, you know, okay. Something does start happening.
Oh, okay.
But like there's kind of there's kind of a faint purple aura, like almost like I almost said like a chemtrail, and I don't know what the fuck. Like
a purple particle, or
you know, just do your own research, guys. No, it's. like almost like a faint sparkly trail that I'm gonna avoid the word trail too. So like it kind of swirls around Calypso for a second, and then it looks like it's starting to lead somewhere, and then as soon as they stop, like it just kind of like fades off.
Well, that was something more than I expected.
Cool effect, yeah.
You're welcome.
I think Danny would like
something
say,
I would have tried.
Like, wait, does that usually happen when you play, or is that like
I
are we
mean,
getting to the
something that
ghost?
I could do, but that this time that specifically was not me. No, that's the house.
That's the ghost. Okay, do it again.
Connor will look at Tanny. See, I told you. See, you gotta listen to me. I told you. I said. You said I was being rude.
You're right.
Just not.
No, you know what? When you're right, you're right. I just think there was a better way to bring it up, but that's not really the point. Right now, we're going to go see a ghost.
Oh, I love them.
Premise is like doing a double check, like.
Yeah, just ghost look out. Yes. So Clips is gonna start playing again, like just like if that like faint like piano like ambiance music is still playing, they're gonna just kind of like play along a little bit to that, just because like, well, I mean, it's there. It's not. It's like something
So
to do and just and then.
The cool thing is, like, as you start playing, like the piano starts to change its timing to suit what you are playing.
Ooh.
So like if you just started busting out Deborah Went Down to Georgia, like it's going to keep up. Like it's, you know what I mean? But like, I assume it's something a little classier.
Yeah. I mean, and right now, like they're just like, they're not like because they're trying to not play anything because they're more like focused on what's happening as a result of this than like what they're playing specifically. But as the piano music does like change the match, they do like they can't help but like starts like to like get a pretty
fucking
big grin.
groove, right? Like that's
cool.
fucking cool, right? Like for someone who loves music, it's like, all right, come on, like that's like the ultimate. It's like heated floor tiles in your bathroom. Cool. It's like, man, I have made it. Like
That's the dream.
So that isn't it? I imagine for you specifically, right? Like. For all Canadians, it's like, well, I mean, that's.
She's like, wait a minute.
You notoriously have very cold bare feet all the time. Like,
given your history, James.
My dream was high efficiency furnace. We got one. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So
music.
This trail is going to start again, right? And this time it's got a little renewed vigor. Like you're going to follow it out there. It's almost like one of those, like any cartoon where someone bakes a pie and puts it on a windowsill, like you could see the scent trail. It's almost like that, but kind of a vibrant, sparkling purple type of thing. And Tanny is going to be right behind you. Like it's like, okay, come on. Like this is it, right? Like this has been like exploring all the old guy stuff is great. That's cool. But it's ghost time. Like, let's do it.
Is there a vibe coming off this purple cloud stuff? Like
the vibe is purple. Yeah. That's right.
Well,
like what kind of vibe are you looking for?
Like, is everyone like, yeah, this is great, let's follow this purple stream? Or is it like, this is
is anyone apprehensive? Like, it's like,
this is purple. Purple is the color of evil magic.
Hey, purple's a very nice color. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, we started the color war about I have specifically never color-coded magic because I wanted to avoid that. I live with Bree. I'm not having that discussion every time.
I thought demon magic was purple. Maybe that was just for Dagon.
I mean, some demonic magic, like sometimes it's red. It tends to skew a little brighter on the scale, whereas like learned magic tends to, like, if you ever go back in the show and you listen, there's a lot of light blues and like that kind of soft ambers and things like that, where and then sorcerer magic tends to be a little starker, brighter, almost like lightning strikes type of thing. So anyway, this clearly evil magic is swirling around Calypso.
Well, let's follow it.
And it is going to lead you back to the stairwell, and then it's going to break off. One is going to go downstairs, and it's going to snake around and kind of like stop at a door on the lower level. Like, it's just going to kind of like stop there. And the other one's going to go back down the hall to the right in front of that wolf's head door and do the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's split?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe check out the downstairs because we know it's in that other one.
Yes, let's go there first, and then we can decide which of the two to further inspect first.
Tanny's already doing down the stairs, like already, like it's like, oh, there it is.
Okay,
it's gotta be. It's like we know it ain't up there. It's got to be down here.
This ghost that definitely exists. Yeah, okay.
Gosh, she is so. You try telling someone that there's no ghost in a house where like spills clean up themselves and there's infinite hot sauce. Like, try telling someone. Like,
Listen, I'm not telling her anything. this is very funny. She's so determined to find a ghost.
Like she's got little legs too, so it's that like it's like that, someone going really fast downstairs. And she's gonna kind of look back to like everyone's like, is it cool if I open this door? Like she'll wait too. Like she won't be rude. It's your house.
Calypso's hands are full. Like, it's like, please open the door.
Yeah.
So if you guys are coming down the stairs behind her, you're gonna see her like turn the knob and just kind of like, okay, it's probably locked. It is not locked. And then just kind of like push it open, and immediately there is a massive oak desk. Polished, shiny. There's like stationery everywhere. There's a big day planner type thing, and then there is a closed journal sitting right there. And if you guys were to walk in, the rest of the room is much more worn books. It looks like maybe research material. Maybe there's even a space across the room that looks like it was for experiments of some kind or field, like little tests, things like that.
Huh. I would have expected this to be upstairs.
Purple trail seem to be doing anything else, or
so the second the door opens, the trail is basically going to float into the room and almost take up the seat. Like it's almost saying, it's like, here you go, have a seat. It's your office, like that type of thing.
Okay.
Should we check for traps? I know we've done like Arcana stuff.
Sure. Do you want to check for like seat traps? Like someone put like a thumbtack on there or something, like
whoopee cushion.
Yeah, well, I can make an intelligence investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
That is how that works. Yeah.
Do it.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
I feel like you quoted the player's handbook at me just now.
I did.
Hey, give me an investigation, Val.
Investigate the heck out of this office.
Like,
Well, public.
Ooh.
Okay, 18, not too bad.
This is clearly like obviously a big fancy chair, like puffy leather upholstering, but it is worn. It's the only thing in the office besides the reading material that looks worn. Like there is a clear butt groove in here. Like it is like a lot of time was spent in this chair. The desk looks brand new. Everything else looks very nice, but for whatever reason, the chair here is just kind of, seen better days.
Calypso's gonna stop playing so they can like use their hands to look at things. I guess they're gonna sit in the chair unless anyone objects to that. Like it seems
okay. It's their chair.
Not my chair.
they're trying to like cautiously like move the chair out. Nothing happens. Okay, just sort of slowly sit down. And just,
you're not still playing, right? You're not.
No. I mean, they had to like.
By the way, when I mentioned Devil Went Down to Georgia, did anyone else hear the like that yes. Little like that? Okay. I didn't know if that was just me. Like I pictured it, even though I know that wasn't what they were playing. Like it just made me happy.
I played the whole song in my head.
Or any song from Firefly, like whatever. Like it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So as you sit down in this chair, you're going to feel a comfort like wash over you. Like it's like, oh, I am home. Like this chair was made for your butt. Like it is just, it's like, oh, that's nice. Like that journal is going to fly open to the last page. And what's interesting about it, if you look, it looks like a relatively new journal. Like the date starts like a couple of years back, like maybe 3-4 years. And it's just after the school closes, like after he sends everybody home, after like he's like, hey, look, and there's no, if you're reading through, there's no malice towards any of the students. It's more almost, I have a higher calling now. I have to focus all of my attention on this. And it's kind of vague, like what they're talking about, but there seems to be a singular project, and he is convinced that this is going to fix. He keeps calling it this situation.
Did we brought the blueprints, right?
Yeah, I would imagine, unless you didn't.
I say we did.
Definitely.
Okay.
Can I work on like orienting myself with like the house and the blueprints and trying to figure out like,
Yeah.
because there's like a secret room or a something
In this house? No.
Yeah, in this house. Trust me, I'm 26. And I want to know
I just learned how
if
to
I
read.
can like find where that is.
You didn't even hear the swipes Kelsey was taking because
No.
Yeah.
It's a meme. I was being joke.
while you're doing that, I'm going to ask for a check in just a minute. Because you remember the blueprints didn't quite match up for certain things, and it's like you're very like, it's like okay, like you're doing the corkboard yarn thing, like you're all right. Okay, if we're in the office and that's here, like yeah. I'm gonna assume you're flipping through this journal to gather some. Okay, cool.
Yeah. They're like
Everyone else
flipping through the journal, resisting the urge to just lean back in this chair and never leave for the rest of their life.
Man, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I got to find out what the situation is.
The situation. Actually, can I do something real quick? Just real quick.
Oh yeah.
I tap Fenris on the shoulder and hold Dumpy up again and sort of like push him in your face a little bit to see if you can like check again if it's this, like if it was just that room or like if it's this room too or what it is.
Okay. Fenris will like understand, like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I guess I couldn't tell because it was such a low roll. Like, could have been just anything. So he'll close his eyes and try again and see if he has better luck or if he's also a little, it's almost like he's worried like it's a live wire that he's just going to get like fried because he kind of feels like he's like his patrons almost like just watching and kind of feeling like eyes watching, like I'm watching you. You stay, keep your hand out of the cookie jar.
For your patron, I feel like it's almost like, are you looking at other magic? I thought you were happy with me. That type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like, it's like, how dare you? Like, you know, like,
yeah. And yeah, no, I absolutely. And so
is that what you want? Rats? It's like, you know,
I literally
rats,
want,
we can do rats. Like,
I absolutely get that because my patron is always imaged as a woman, but also you think of that like
sexist. No, okay.
it's possibility, and it's that same like when you're saying that voice of like you look at others. You know what? Was mine not good enough? Like you get that like tone. It comes in even sharper because of that. Almost.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I mean
the patron is Fenris's dom. The patron's Fenris's dom.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah, I can play that. Let's go.
Now we're on the same page. Good.
Let's get weird, Michael.
it'd be a real first for this show.
Yeah, I know.
Starting now we decide.
I love that every once in a while we just play role play chicken. Like it's like who gets weirded out first. Give me a roll. Give me Arcana.
All right.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Crit.
Thank you, patron.
Give us the dub
21
in full.
I was going to say this is the last time though, because but that's amazing. So you're again, it's almost that Daredevil tuning out other sounds to like, it's like, okay, hold on, you're and Dumpy's still glowing bright. No one else is in the party here, and there's a red tinge to it. Like could you give me a D20?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. 14.
So there is something definitely affecting animals, or at least this animal, and it seems to be. It seems to be boosting their life force. Like normally, a Dumpy would live to be maybe 3 years old. You got a pretty decent run as a city rat, right? If you're reading this correctly, like Dumpy could like graduate high school. Like it's like, that's odd.
I couldn't even
imagine him in a little cap and gown.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
More than that, that red tinge indicates that Dumpy's vigor has kind of translated into strength. And we're going to change his strength score to 14.
What?
Whoa! Yay!
Wait. What was it before?
Dumpy is stronger than Dagon. Okay.
That's not saying anything. Like,
Strength was 2.
oh. Okay, yeah. That's yeah, he's also stronger than Calypso now. Like, this is not a like,
Yeah, you're reading it, but it's like still a rat. Still, you're like, huh? Like
it's like Ant-Man.
Like
but
that,
like stronger than like an average person, like humans, rat. Like that is incredible.
I'm glad he's on our team.
Dumpy is
one of
as
those
strong
things where
as I am.
it's bonding. That's what it is. You know how like pets take on qualities of their owners? Like that's what it is.
Tomorrow morning, Dumpy just has like a mouth like open up in his stomach. Like,
His chest cavity open. Oh yeah.
So the question now is, does this only apply while Dumpy is in the mansion? If we were to leave,
Probably.
Dumpy lose his
I
stats.
mean, you could step outside and just see.
You know what? With a crit,
So I'm guessing Sparkles had to be left outside. Let outside once in a while, right?
yeah. Sparkles was not an outside dog.
The house cleaned
This
up
is
after
like
him.
I picture Fenris as doing the math over and over again. It's like, wait, let me start over. And you're just like, it's like, that can't be right. 14? No. Like because obviously you're not going to say he has a strength score of 14, but it's like, if I'm reading this right, he could probably pick up the back end of a carriage if we needed to like change a wagon wheel. Like, it's like, that's like, he wouldn't pick it up very high, but like, and with a crit, it's like, this seems to be like for his lifetime, his unnaturally long lifetime. Like it's like a gift from the house, not tied to the house.
Oh, was that what the D6 was for? Like what stat?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
Dumpy can pull the carriage, get a little harness.
Technically, he's stronger than like 2 horses. So, like, really freak people out as you ride into town. It's like, just.
Oh, we need to do that.
Charge 2 bits a gander.
Don't stare at him. Don't stare.
How do you relay that information? Like,
Yeah. So,
oh, by the way, your rat has super strength now.
so
definitely for a rat.
yeah, I like look at the rat, and I look at Bittersweet, and I wasn't reading Bittersweet. No, and I look at the rat, and I look at Bittersweet, and I'm like, So he's super dumpy. He's like, he can lift a carriage. He could lift our packs. He could lift a lot, which is weird because I don't think he should be able to. And it seems to be just a part of him now, not enchanted, not temporary, not like maybe some sweet, awesome food he got in the kitchen made him all awesome. It seems. And I've checked and I've rechecked, and then I've rechecked that recheck, and it doesn't make any sense. But that is one strong dumpy. Like he's a tank. Kind of.
He carries with his legs. That's what it is. That's how he's lifting, and that's definitely where his strength is. He's got a lot of core strength. Like
comes from the ass. That we all know. Yeah, that's where it comes. The power comes from the rear.
That's why I'm so weak. Like it's just.
Wow. So yeah, I guess I hold Dumpy up, and I'm just like looking him over, and you said he seemed okay, so I'm just sort of like
excellent health.
Yeah, I just kind of like I flex my bicep and point at him like you're looking swole, my guy. Like you're looking good.
Oh, I want a picture of like a swole rat.
He's just abs all the way down. Like just
already done.
He's got a 24 pack.
So, going over this journal, I don't know if that would catch your attention. It's like, yeah, mega rat. What? Like, just like, I don't know if that's gonna like.
Yeah, like I feel like also like glances up, like it catches like the important parts of that conversation, just like, yeah, okay, like just like there's been a lot of stuff going on, like just.
But it's not bad stuff. It's just weird stuff.
Just
like it's like oh, okay,
okay. I just gotta make a note of that to like think about later.
We'll look into that later.
Yeah,
take
like
Dumpy to vet? Question mark. Like. As you're reading through this, right? There's a couple of things that pop up. One, that self-doubt and like I need to make up for something, it's much more defined in this journal. Mm-hmm. He describes himself as a selfish person, and like he didn't understand all of the things he had and how unfair it was to everyone else and all this stuff. And the part of the school was to give back. It's like it's a free school for people to come to and like, you know, share that passion of music and all that. He also mentions there's basically a mini concert hall in the house. So presumably somewhere, probably on the first floor, is just a big band room. Like there's all kinds of stuff. He starts going into what he thought was the main problem for Brightport and any large city, which is overcrowding. So in his head, he's like, okay, if we just had infinite space, then this wouldn't be a problem. Oh, so no. Like he started working on like some kind of building or some kind of like space where it's like just infinite rooms. Everyone will have a place to live free. Like they can go. And the more he's going into it, like he's describing that doorway, that room, that like he's describing that. And there's a space. It's like, imagine limitless space for everyone. No more fighting and clawing just for scraps. And then
oh, buddy,
there's a journal entry that is absolutely overjoyed. Like you could tell just like the way he's writing, it's like there's exclamation points and he's punctuating with his quill and stuff. And he's like, I've done it. I have done it. Like, I have found a way. There is infinite space here. I've done it. I can invite people from the city and they could just live here. And like, he's going into it. And then the next journal entry just says, it's not empty.
Fuck.
As you finish that line, a little drawer is going to pop out on the desk with a big skeleton key with the numbers 423 emblazoned on.
Motherfucker.
The keys. Oh, the keys.
Holy shit.
On the back of this key engraved into it, it just says the key to the city. I'm not ending the session yet. Fuck you. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, I wasn't sure. He's
That's
like,
what you thought. That's what you thought. No.
that feels like a Jason dropping the bomb and ending the session.
What if there's something bigger coming?
Oh, God.
Oh, Cthulhu Fatagan.
Calypso's just like, I don't even know. Like, it's just like staring at that journal entry, and then like they probably like jump a bit when the drawer like pops out, and then they're just like not like touching it, just looking at the key. Like, and there's like there's a little bit of like a probably noticeable change to their demeanor when before it was like, okay, like this is like creepy and like there's some like weird stuff going on, but that like there is now some like actual like apprehension and like, oh shit, like there is something maybe really bad here kind of thing. Like,
Can I ask an out of character question?
Hit me, of course.
Okay, so because I know we've known about, like, we as like humans have known about like this key and this something 423, but that was first brought up in like another arc, right? And someone found that key.
Yeah,
sure was.
Two arcs ago, in a weird coffin in the woods. I remember that.
And we ignored it.
Not forgotten.
We ignored it.
We did not ignore it. We just never got to Brightport because there was a vampire situation.
Stuff. You know, you get busy, right?
Oh,
I think I know why this group is called Invasion.
Also so
now.
angry.
I think I know why it's called Invasion.
Yeah, like and like that's what I'm just like thinking through. It's like, God, it's like, okay, first of all, my guy maybe should have talked to more people before deciding this is clearly the problem and the solution. Like maybe like it's okay. There's a lot of issues there, but just like the "it's not empty" phrase, it's like, gosh, it's like, okay, it's like, where the hell did he open up into? It's like, because like it feels like it's like, oh, maybe it's into like hell or something. That almost feels like too easy of a solution. Like that, like it's not empty. It's just, it's such a good like phrase because I have absolutely no idea, and it's really terrifying.
It gives me very big Dead Space vibes.
I was thinking back rooms or House of Leaves.
Event Horizon.
Yeah. Event Horizon was down mine. So I want to try something. I promise it's not Arcana.
Yeah, you won. That's it. I can't give you anything more. Like you did it.
So I have this spell called Borrowed Knowledge, where I draw on knowledge from spirits of the past. And then I can choose a skill that I lack proficiency, which is so I was wondering if I could play it in like using this spell, use history, and kind of lean on my patron to like channel some knowledge of maybe someone or something that maybe lived here in the past that might give us some more info. It's kind of a stretch, but it's also something.
I'll tell you what. If you roll fairly high, yeah, I'll give you some stuff.
Okay.
We'll play that off as like a, your patron's willingness to cooperate with this outsider magic type of thing.
How
It's
offended
like,
was your patron about the rat request earlier?
I feel like she was showing off, like, no, you look what I can do.
yeah, I am forced to play his patron as a jealous, like I can't wait. It's just a toxic relationship that like they're both locked into now, and like it's been a long time, and like, well, my CDs are in his truck. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's
because it's especially funny. Like presumably, like this is not how your patron like interacts with like other like people that like someone just like, oh yeah, this
different.
Motherfucker, like,
right. It's like, look, that when you first make a pact with a demon and like you're still exploring stuff and like the powers are new and like everything's kind of fresh and sexy, and then you're 12 years in and like work kind of gets in the way, and like it's that same fire isn't there,
I don't think anyone even knows what the cost is of the patron that I owe her continually. So that's something to open up later. If only it was that easy. If only it was
Turns
that
out
easy.
Fenris is just really good. Like it's, like
yeah, canon.
just fuck. So,
Hey Fenris, what'd that dick do?
oh,
Just the helicopter.
I'm trying to figure
as he
out
does
how
it, the house band like bum, 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 like it's playing behind him.
okay. So I don't know how that works, other than like I guess I just cast it. I don't know.
Yeah, just give me a history check and we'll
guys,
add
I don't know where we're gonna find a book worth at least 25 gold.
In this place, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm
this
saying.
economy?
It's like,
Yeah. You're gonna have to get an appraiser out here is the thing. Like, you gotta know. It's like, ooh, that's 34 gold. Can we go lower? Like, can we, you're gonna have to barter.
Should I do the check on it because it makes it proficient, or should I
Just give me history and then we'll add proficiency to it. So like,
cool.
Easy math. Okay.
it's
So
11.
yeah, well
God,
so
we're
that'd
still
be
level 4, so that's
so that'd be like 15 after the or 16
something around there.
because it adds plus 5, I think, for proficiency. I think. Yeah. So you're going to get a hand because there are essentially like newspaper clippings and stuff like that go back a long time, like kind of like bundled together. So like it's like, okay, so all this is for Brightport, like all this stuff. And like while you're going through this, Tanny, by the way, is like searching behind stuff, looking for, ghosts, hopefully plural, but she'd set it for singular right now. So like just looking behind books and things like that, just kind of like checking stuff out. So you're gonna like there's gonna kind of be a flood of knowledge, but it's very scattered, it's random, it's shotgunned. Like elections that had like kind of suspect results, funneling of money to places that didn't need it, like rampant poverty spreading in the south of the city, while contracts for dock workers are negotiated lower and lower, and like there's just like this rampant. It's like, well, here's your problem. Like if you put it all together and and these are kind of lumped in with just like innocuous stories and stuff like that. But every time you find one of these that like, oh, that sounds like Brightport, that type of thing, there's going to be like a little, like a crudely drawn, like wolf head, like in there, like every time.
So I present that to the group. Like, pretty sure this is even more info related to solving the situation. Is it visible for everyone else to see the wolf head, or is it just me seeing it?
No. Like you might have to point it out because it's not like he did it in crayon and shit like that.
Right.
Like, oh, there's a little one here. There's a little, that type of thing. Like it might take a couple of seconds to someone to see a pattern. Like,
Like this might go to what you were looking at, Calypso, or in your. But look at all these wolf heads that all talk about these Brightport issues.
Just to clarify. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said like Calypso has since like picked up the key, and they're just kind of like they're like nodding and like on some level like absorbing what Fenris is saying, but they're just like kind of staring at like the key in their hands and
kind of that Saving Private Ryan like shell shock, like bombs are going off in the background. It's like you just like looking at the thing, big hefty key. By the way, Val.
Yes.
You are going to finally, like, it takes a while, but like you're lining stuff up, and the Cornados, like that was the family that helped. Every new addition seems to line up with that room with the door upstairs. Every new addition, like there's something, like it all leads to that. And there seems to be two portions of the room. There's the side with the door on it that almost like I said, is kind of like quartered off. Like, there's something keeping that closed. And then on the other side, near the display cases, there was, it seemed to be like a walk-in closet or something like that you didn't see when you were up there. But on the blueprints, it exists.
And that was one of the like newly built things?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm probably not going to say anything about it to anybody.
Seems fair.
Okay. Ian, what were you gonna ask me?
I just wanted to clarify. It's because sorry, there are people like running up in here, and it's
dude, you're fine.
Hard to
hit me.
Concentrate. The wolf head drawings on these things, they're around these, like all of this stuff that is culminating in the inequality that's in Brightport, like all of the events.
Seems
that's
to
sort
be.
Of like okay, got it.
Yeah. Every time there's a story of like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, for lack of a better term, like it's more gray than that, but like it feels like maybe Abernathy was really obsessed with this thing or had a hunch about this or whatever, but like that is the pattern. It's there every time there's a story like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Was Abernathy known as like a philanthropist at all? Like, did he give to the city?
He had a school for music.
I know he had a school. But did he do anything like directly to Brightport? Like give or
it almost seemed like he moved to get away from Brightport. Like he wanted to do, it seems like, even following the journals, it's like he seems like he wants to do good and he wants to like help out, but it wasn't directly for the city, unless you count the side project he was working on for Infinite Space. Like that was, it's like, well, that'll fix it, like that type of thing. But maybe he didn't feel like money would help it. He also didn't go the Batman route of just like showing up at night and kicking the shit out of people. So like he went a different way.
It's almost like he wanted to have a positive impact, but almost with like selfish intent a little bit, or like some selfishness into it.
Maybe.
I mean, we would never know, I guess, but
it's clearly not like he was like getting people, like interviewing like people that were actually impacted by this stuff. Because I feel like more space isn't like.
Well, and he was
like,
doing it.
Hey,
he was doing it for his emotions, right? Like to make him feel better about something.
I mean, I guess he didn't. At least didn't go to like people should stop having kids root and things. That's like
I know that as soon as I
It's
heard
like,
Jason
at least
say
he
the
didn't
journal
go
was
to,
about
like,
overpopulation, I was like, oh
yeah.
no,
It's like, we just got to sterilize the city. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
At least
sterilize all the poor
At
people.
least it's not that, but, like, buddy.
Sorry, did he die or did he disappear?
Supposedly dead, but we don't know the details of any of that yet. So
Yeah.
Yes, is the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but define
Currently
dead
absent? Like
when we're
it's
doing
currently absent.
dealing with
Possibly-
stuff like this.
In
Possibly
absentia.
on the other side of the door. That's
Yeah.
what we thought.
Which,
Could
for
be.
all we know, it's death. Like
With
it's
sparkles.
fucking-
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we should probably go through it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know
So
there's plenty of room.
wait, back to the. So
we're not going to go through it.
yeah. So everyone's got, like, Calypso's just gonna like lean back and just.
Ooh, you don't even know if he like murdered people because this place like cleans up after itself. Like,
Maybe that's why it does.
I love 5 people from the city of Brightport being distrusting of nice things in the house. It's like, yeah, man, there could be bodies everywhere. Like just don't trust. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. That music's too nice. What's it covering up? Like,
we
There are
just got
no-
beat up not too long ago. We don't trust anybody.
I'm saying you have been conditioned that way, rightfully so. Like, makes sense.
There are no ethical millionaires here with their fancy magics.
So Calypso's gonna like put the key like on the desk and just, I don't suppose this means anything to any one of you. I don't know if this is related to the house or not. 423?
Big head shake, no.
No, it's
Try
like
me
staring
another
at
arc
that
ago.
I mean, it's April 2023, but
Oh my God.
Jason now feels like the biggest genius.
He's like, I planned it that way.
That's right. You are welcome. I've engineered every failed session leading here. It was me. Cut to me with a wrench in Ian's computer. Just fucking.
The 4D chess, man. Oh my god.
Why do you think you only see a green screen behind it?
That's right. I'm running around upstairs, Ian. I am.
Come back down, hydrate. You need some water.
It's warm. So
So Fenris is gonna go up to Dagon. I mean, like, so any of this sounding anything from your history? Does the ladder know anything about any of these weird magics of infinite space and
No, Calypso hadn't gotten to that part
Things-
yet.
Oh.
Sorry.
oh, I didn't know if you said it or not.
You're fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
so
either way,
the
but-
journal info hasn't been shared yet.
Yeah, 'cause I was
yet.
getting there. I was doing to try to
Okay.
quill, and then someone made a joke. That was very funny.
there's a lot of info floating around. It's a lot. And
there's a lot.
sometimes people don't share. So we need to
Yeah.
ask now.
Yeah.
Well,
My bad.
I don't, because it sounds strange to be like, hey, everybody, here's a secret room. Like,
It's all strange, Val.
Everything.
The rest of us are all sharing information.
Every little detail could matter.
I figured you would like bring it up when it was relevant. It's just it was very funny to
now I was
specifically say
waiting,
that.
like, when we go back in the room,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, guys.
By the way, you told her earlier, but I'm telling you now.
So the key popped out of the drawer when I read a specific line in the journal. Apparently the project that Abernathy and presumably all of this was working towards is about creating infinite space to solve overcrowding in Brightport, since that was what his determination was the main issue there. Regardless of that, he apparently succeeded, and then the next journal entry is this, and they just point towards it, just slide the book across the desk.
Squint at it. That's not very welcoming.
Not exactly, no. My intuition would be that that's connected to the doorway upstairs, and I think that we should probably not do anything with that until we can get any more details on what this is. That there are a lot of things that could be that does not sound great.
Now I will look over at Dagon. Does this sound familiar or aware, or something you guys know about? This is intense magic, let alone this house and its effects on people. It kind of feels like something Eladrin's would do.
No, Eladrin's just imprison gods. I don't know. Do I roll on that, Jason?
Let me go back for just a second. Did you say that with a little swagger in your voice? It's like, well, we just imprison God. Is there a little
No, I didn't say that in character.
I'm asking. Okay, is there a little big dick swinging in there? You know what I mean? He's like, well, we just imprison gods. That type of thing. Yeah, it caused a lot of chaos and a lot of people died, but pretty cool. Just who else can do it?
All your unanswered prayers, that was us.
Yeah, give me a check. Give me give me history. I'll accept history.
Okay.
Won't accept that though.
That was almost a 19 on my end.
3.
That on my end, it just went just fell out onto the screen. 1. Yeah. Yeah, no.
No, we don't waste our time on trivial magic.
Right. Trivial.
Tanny is tired of looking around this room and not finding ghosts, getting kind of agitated.
Is Tanny at least enticed by the ominous wording in the book? I feel like that's
I think it would be just about that time where you slide the book over and she's expecting to go, yeah, whatever. It's more, it's more stuff. Looking at it and just kind of wide-eyed. And she is going to leave the room and start going upstairs.
No. I run after her. I run after her and try and grab her arm.
And she'll stop. She's not possessed or anything. It's what? It's not empty. Clearly. That's where they store ghosts. That is where, right there. That is a weird ghost door. There's ghosts inside. Not empty. It's right there. Come on.
I write really quick, locked away ghosts and underline locked.
So how do you know we don't need to free them? They might be trapped. They might be scared ghosts.
We're going to go back up and look at things, but we're certainly not opening that door anytime soon. And we need to know exactly what that means before we do it. But I mean, this level of magic and that kind of warning. But yes, I mean, we should head back up, I suppose. Calypso very slowly and sadly gets up out of the comfy chair.
You can't wait till this is all over. You could send everybody home and just sit in your comfy
that's
chair.
What the chair is like. Imagine what the bed is like. So good. Yeah, they like take the journal and the key. Yeah, that's.
By rights, I think Dumpy gets to sleep in the bed with you. Like, I think by rights, like that is what the owner envisioned.
At least in the pet bed for
right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
All I think about is the pillow that you in the bedroom. You know how like that cool side, then you have to like flip it over. You never have to flip the pillow over because it's always the perfect level of comfort on the pillow.
Oh.
That's real
They
magic.
have those. I think they have.
That's real magic.
I think we got that tech. Like, I think science has caught up to magic in that arena. Like,
But can you afford it?
oh no, hell no. No, it's that or insurance. No, I gotta, like, I just,
Yeah, food.
It's not even full coverage.
I got bronze, baby. Like, it's like, prop them up, and that's it. Like that. Going back up into this room, like you're gonna open the door and everything, and kind of scope the place out, and Matilda will definitely see, like, that's kind of a blank wall that you're like, oh, like, okay, that's like, okay. And there's even going to be like the slightest tug from that medallion, like the slightest, like you can feel it. The door is all but chained shut. There's stuff in front of it. It is like, you can tell, like, there's like, if you're reaching out to detect magic, whoo boy, like,
yeah.
There's basically caution tape magically wrapped around it. You can feel it, like, it's like, okay. And Tanny will not even approach the door, but she's kind of got you put the controller down for too long in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, so she's kind of like just arms crossed, tapping. It's like, okay, like.
So random.
His arm taps his foot.
You know
Does some
what I'm
weird
talking about, though.
squats.
NPC idle animation.
Tapping
Yeah,
his foot. Like,
yeah.
It's good.
Gotta find
What do you guys like to do?
Dagon's going.
There's a lot of other stuff to look at in this room.
Oh, there's tons of stuff. Yeah.
Dagon would suggest that Calypso play their fiddle again.
Oh, yeah.
Fiddle?
Yeah. They'll.
Yeah. Just to see, because we know that
Fiddle, I feel like, is a derogatory term. Like,
It's
you know,
the
like,
same.
I don't.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
violin. I'm sorry.
I
Just to
feel
see.
from Dagon, it absolutely is derogatory.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I was like going to go into like the differences between a fiddle and a violin.
Pluck your, it's just the type of music. Pluck your fiddle.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Play your hillbilly guitar
yeah.
and, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're
Pluck
just.
your fiddle. See, because we know the trail branched off and came down this way. So.
Yeah,
Please.
so they'll start playing a little something again and see if the purple swirly stuff comes back.
As you play, this time, your music is matching the tempo of the piano, and then there are big cello strings coming in. It's kind of ominous. Like, you can feel, like, it's setting a mood. You can feel it in your chest. And each one of those cabinets with like fancy looking like outfits are going to open up, and they're, for lack of a better term, it looks like they're going to come alive. And
Pet knobs and broomsticks.
Tanny just lights up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah, like
Look at
there's
all these posts.
like there's like that idle it's like like just like instantly it's like and it's like a dog chasing a car not knowing what to do, and it's like what like it's just ghosts, like here it is, like, and they're going to kind of face away from you. It looks like they're interacting with each other, but you can't, like, there's nothing in them. They're just kind of but some of them look like they're like like enjoying themselves, almost like laughing, like they're, you know, like they're kind of speaking with one another, but obviously no words. And the longer you play, the more that music kind of like builds and builds, and a scene starts, like the room changes. And you're gonna see like this is like a fancy like ballroom. Like this is like there's food everywhere. There's wine everywhere. Like this is like amazing. And then there is some sort of barrier in front of them. It almost looks like a giant plate glass window, but it's obviously not like, think like a one-way mirror type of thing. Like you're looking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of it, Brightport is on fire. And these people are looking out onto that. Not only jovial, but like almost in celebration. Like they're watching something on TV. Like they're so disconnected that like... And after a while, the room is going to kind of like go back to normal, and those piles of clothing are just going to fall to the ground. And that locket, that medallion, if you still have it, Matilda, is going to fly off of your person and stick to the wall on the other side. Not the door, the wall. And that wolf head is going to turn upside down, and the wall itself is going to slowly open. And it's revealing like this gaudy, like amazing outfit. There's a mask that comes with this big wolf's head. Like it is opening up and showing off, I mean, essentially memorabilia of like this thing. And like there's a hole where that 423 key would go. Like it is opening up, and there are just clippings, like as it opens up, of not Brightport reporting on things, but this very fancy calligraphy. And it's essentially them dictating what happens to the city of Brightport. It's them enforcing edicts. It's them deciding what happens and when. And every one of them is signed the Elite. And as this continues to open and it kind of shows off everything, the rest of it is going to open upward, and it's just kind of splayed out. Like this has been locked away out of shame. And in big red, like either paint or blood or something, over the top of it just says, "Burn it down." And I think that is a good time for us to stop for the evening.
Fenris takes those fancy clothes on the floor.
Yeah, they're all over. Grab them, right? Like
They're full of ghosts.
Color shifting one.
Down.
I don't know. Suit needs an upgrade.
Cool.
No, that's setting a scene.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if this was like how Brightport was ruled before the statues, and it was
I would
like
not use the term past tense necessarily.
So can I like, I was waiting for follow-up questions, but the Brightport burning, that is the riots as Firebrand is trying to, like, it is that recent.
Of course it is. God.
And then you start, it's like, this person makes sense. They understand what's like, it's, yeah. Like, that game was rigged from the beginning. You were never going to bring order.
Yes, it was. I agree. Oh my God.
It's
So
very
it's
cool
like
to see a
this,
different
like-
perspective of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this, like, the 4-2-3 thing, it's like, okay, so there's this, like, group that's, like, but also it's like this like group. I mean, for all we know, it's like this is just Brightport. It's this other cities as well. Like who are, like, there's so many questions. It's, and then, like, how does this connect to the door thing? Is like, so if this was like maybe some sort of like position or something that's like passed down to be part of this, like, the elite group, and then so was the door thing like separate from that, and then like after the door thing happened, Abernathy got like started being more like against them or something. Like, oh gosh, this is so cool. And,
Earlier you
there's
said
so
there was
much.
like the coffin. Was that the one with like Anvin Masoka, and they found the thing in the? Okay, I thought it was that key was in there.
the plague thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the plague guy, right? Totally.
And it wasn't the only key that had been found. There was another one too, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I
there
thought-
were. Yep.
No? I thought there was two.
Didn't Group 2
There was,
find a
yeah.
key?
Yeah.
Or Group 2 or Group B or something. I
These
remember
have been
one of the...
peppered for years. Like,
Yeah.
it's around.
We have a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, but that's why there's more campaign. Like, it's okay. Like,
Like, we have like every answer. It's like, okay, so we have like a piece of something, but like different pieces, different things. That, like, you know that somehow this all fits together, but like there's like there's like a whole here, but we only have like pieces of it, and it's so fascinating. Like,
So now I need to go rewatch, re-listen to all the episodes, get all the snippets.
So he's ashamed that he wanted Brightport to burn down,
or that he was part of this group at some point.
I mean, it sounds like he was, but it seems like
he hadn't been for years.
Yeah, that is the impression that I got. Like, at some point, he
wanted to do right by the situation, having been involved in it. That's what it sounds like to me, anyway.
But like, while he was part of that group for a long time, presumably took part in some not so great things. But
that's it's interesting that what you brought up too, because it may not just be like Brightport. Like, it might be the elites are from all over or something.
Yeah, because the previous group,
the
I mean, at least the one that like my group found in the previous arcs are like in the Divide, right? Like, or just like in this, like not close to Brightport like at all. So like, even if like this is where they're like focused on or based or whatever, like they clearly have reaches.
Well, I wonder if the coffin where we found the key was the body in there, one of the elite.
Yeah, and there was like the whole this body is like horribly diseased or whatever like that. I remember there was something about that.
Yeah,
that was very scary.
Tiger counter like 1 million, like.
So they're clearly tied into some
and
bad shit.
you don't have to answer this if it's wrong or you don't want to answer, but I think the key that I remember getting found in the group I was in, it had something to do with a group called the Collectors too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the key was on a person who was also really diseased, but they were like involved in the Collectors.
So, that's another group that's been sprinkled out. The Collectors are essentially plague doctors of Theria. Like they gather
dead bodies.
They gather bodies and like do all kinds of
right. Yeah. That
masks
shit.
fused to their faces and yeah.
That happened in G2.
So.
Yeah, they've been around damn near since the beginning, like in terms of like appearing on the show. You guys are tapping into stuff that it's been sitting there waiting, and you're finally there. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, you must be relieved. So happy.
I'm so happy. Every time we sat down to do this session and it didn't happen, it's like, that's cool. Whatever. Like, just,
Dude, this session was worth waiting so many months for. I mean, this like absolutely like I'm just like reeling from so much of all of this. Like,
yeah, I like the journal. It's not empty. That's really cool.
Do you know the best?
Which it didn't really say if anything was like benign or malign, but there are a bunch of like chains and shit on this door.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And it was the last entry.
Yeah. It's great, guys. Like
just don't you dare go in there.
Michael, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like the best treat for Jason in this is that there were no jumping out of audios. Ian's laptop made it.
Yeah,
there is one try. Everybody.
Hey, it worked.
Not a million.
Well, don't jinx it.
We're done now.
I'm gonna stop the recording.